matchmaking, but with custom browser, you'll be able to find matches easily.
Hello.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right.
My bad.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with the multiplayer podcast. I'm sorry. Those 5 minutes are now starting to turn into 9 minutes. Hey, listen, there'll be a lot of technical stuff going on in the background. So anyway, back with the multiplayer podcast. People are still joining as we speak. So before I get started with today's show, my man Dark Blue, what's going on? I got Maslin, I got D, I got Post Up, Puertorock, P Reaper. Post Up, what's going on with you, brother, in the channel? Talk to us.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Post Up with the close up. Mr. Let's talk about it. And you're now in tune. Let's go. It's going to be a great show. Shout out to the chat.
Puertorock, what you got going on? Talk to me, bro.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Puertorock77, the Gamers Champ, the Tony Montana of this shit. What's going on? Glad to be back up in here, to put Zaire in check. And catch me on Wednesday. Shameless plug, 7 p.m. 60 frames no lag. Thank you very much.
All right. The real Maslin, talk to me. What's going on, bro?
What's good, people? What's good? Broadband bullies in the building. We in here for this multiplayer. About to get it in, like always. We're gonna slap some ponies around. Do what we got to do.
Facts.
Hit that like button. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Let's get it popping.
All right. D, anything in particular you got going on?
Yeah, man. I just received a QLED, a Q7, and an OLED, the B7, and I'm going to be doing a side-to-side comparison and putting them up on the channel. And I'm going to be doing a review soon on the best TVs of 2017 to buy that are 4K and HDR capable. That's what's up. And this week next week in my city, I'm going to be putting up a display at the CNE. We're going to be putting up a whole bunch of TVs, LG TVs, that big wallpaper OLED TV, whole bunch of stuff. So you guys can come see me there too.
All right. It's all day. You get his mic on. What's going on or whatever?
What up? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. What you got going on? Yeah, we can hear you. You got anything
what up,
going on, Spencer? Got anything going on with yourself?
Fanboy's favorite gangster. You know what I'm saying? No, it's playing games, trying to get it in this weekend, trying to play some of Hellblader.
Okay, all right.
So good.
Okay. Well, shout out to my man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You'd be so kind. Hit the like button. Hey, 100. Hit me if you want to join. I got extra room here. So anyway, I guess we can address the elephant in the room. Lawbreakers. Lawbreakers. Now, this game had a lot of hype, a lot of buzz around it. The reason why, again, because if you go back to last generation, Cliffy B was like the Nikola Tesla, or give me somebody, the Steve Jobs. He kind of, well, not just them, but we know Gears of War, whether you love it or you hate it, was the rejuvenated the third-person shooter popping cover type game. Gears was huge. It still is huge. I mean, and he was the poster child for that game, Gears 1, 2. I think it was just 1, 2, or 3, maybe. Not Judgment, though. So anyway, he left Epic. He was actually retired for gaming. He made so much money. I think it was a couple of articles. Had a Ferrari, a Porsche, and all this stuff. He retired for gaming. When no one stays retired for too long, he came back. I don't know if this is his first game or second game since him being back, but I remember, I believe it was in 2013 or 2014, that he was working on something new, something big that was supposed to be really huge. Lawbreakers. Now, listen, if I don't want to misquote myself here, I thought at first this was supposed to be a free-to-play game. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. I think at one point
originally it was supposed to be free-to-play.
At one point, yeah.
Okay, so it's supposed to be a free-to-play game, and we cannot deny the success that a game like Overwatch has had. I mean, pretty huge. So anyway, and I'm paraphrasing here. When you think of Cliffy B, whether you love him or you hate him, you think of Gears and you think of Xbox, okay? A couple of Xbox fans, not a couple, some of the community were a little slighted at some of the things that Cliffy did, that he said about this game, that he preferred the PlayStation right now for their game because of the install base. So that right there was like, oh my, is that green this not as sexy all over again? So this is my opinion, and I'm gonna go across the board. I want to get you guys' opinion. That same thing as Respawn Entertainment, that they were banking on this huge Sony install base for them to go out there and buy the game. Same thing they did with Titanfall with green this aren't as sexy. All right, this is my thing. So they had the beta like 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago, the beta, but the open beta, it wasn't that good. The numbers weren't that good. And then again, the thing went on sale either last week or this week. I think it's 3,000 users or something like that on Steam. Game flopped. Like, it is what it is. I've seen some channels damage control. They're saying because of Hellblade. Overall, what I heard, the game was just not that good. Now, I'm gonna listen. Now, Puertorock, I seen you did about a 15-minute PR video in defense of this game here, Lawbreakers.
Who? I didn't do no 15 minutes. What?
Well, I'm just saying.
I didn't do no video on this, not yet.
No? Oh, that was just Twitter?
Oh, not yet.
No, that was Twitter. That was Twitter fingers?
What's that?
I'm sorry. My man Puertorock was out there with the Twitter fingers.
I got trigger fingers, dog.
Okay, all right. Trigger fingers. So
I look like Memphis Bleak.
So let me hear what. So listen, in defense of this game, Lawbreakers. Talk to me, Puertorock.
There is no defense.
Okay, well, all day, talk to me. Talk to me. Is it good? Not good? Is it a flop? Is it a bust? Trash?
Right now, it's flopping on PC. You know, we don't know how it did on PlayStation 4 yet. So who here could tell me how it did on PS4?
No, we don't know. Hey, hold on.
Let's talk about it. It's starting, baby. Let's go.
Hey, wait.
Somebody tell me how it did on PS4 so far, or how's it doing on PS4 so far? Anybody? The mic's yours.
Hey, okay. Well, you know what, Puertorock? All you have to do to find that out, I'm pretty sure you bought the game, right? Go turn it on, and then you can see how many people are playing. Go ahead. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna bash this game just because it's not good. But on some real talk though, if this shit was on Xbox, niggas would be sucking Lawbreakers' dick.
You might be right. You might be right. You might be right.
Yeah.
God,
it's scared.
Can I interject? Can I interject, Godfather? Can I interject? Can I just say my piece?
I think it would have done a lot better on the Xbox initially, given the multiplayer type community that's on live. But
it doesn't matter, bro.
I think Xbox gamers kind of felt entitled to his next game, given what he did with Gears and stuff like that. And about him going to PS4, everybody was kind of crying about it, but I really didn't care. I mean, as a small studio, you have to go where you think you're gonna generate capital, and Sony has the larger install base, so it was only common sense to go that route. But games like Titanfall, the first one in the past, that was exclusive on the Xbox One, that had a small install base at the time, did very well. So who knows?
But post up. Think about this, bro. Like, okay, you got Gears of War, right? That was the evolution in third-person shooter genre, right?
Yeah.
So the man has good ideas, right?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did Lawbreakers come from? Now you making clones?
you know what? I don't know, man.
It came from his original arena shooter background. Like, this is the problem. This is the problem.
I don't give a fuck.
He should have released it on Xbox. He should have released it on Xbox just because he had clout on Xbox. Nobody on PS4 gives a damn about Cliffy B's name. Like, they've been shitting on this dude for years. All of a sudden, you want to kiss their ass. They don't care. And then when he did it, the problem was it wasn't so much that he went to PlayStation. All the dudes that came at him crossways about him going to PlayStation, he could have been like, yo, they got a larger install base. It'll eventually be on Xbox. Done. Everybody would have shut up.
That's what he said.
He instead decided to start going at people on Twitter, talking down at people like they stupid, so his ass got clapped.
But he did say that at first, though. He told them he only has a studio of 65 people, And if he would have made the game on Xbox as well, he would have to delay the game to next year.
And then 2 hours later, this motherfucker was talking about these people coming out the woodwork.
Right.
All of them want to kiss my ass and all this shit. I'm so glad you have interest.
No, that was like 2 weeks later. It was like 2 weeks.
No. That was somebody asked him a question right after that in Twitter, and then he went into his asshole I'm better than you type of attitude. Look, and that's what did it. That's what started. That's what sparked the whole thing in the first place. And then 2 weeks later, then he started getting some actual negative feedback from Xbox fans. Then he really went left. Look, the thing of it is that I totally agree with DRM just said, man. He hit it right. Like, I mean, look. The fan base. Look, Xbox and PC are the place for shooters. Are the place for those type of games. If you go and look at the top 10 or the top 5 on PC, it's shooters and MOBAs. You look on Xbox, where's their top? Is you look at sports games. You look at shooters and sports games, and whatever else. PlayStation, their top 5 is story-driven games. The best that you're going to get is you're going to get Overwatch, will probably sold on the PlayStation, and then you have COD. Those games, yeah, but they're solidified. People know about them.
The issue is, and this is the issue with game development as a whole right now, there is no groundbreaking development in regards to games. And I'm talking about genre-defining games anymore. Everybody is kind of piggybacking off and following what's hot. And Lawbreaker, people probably played it and was like, okay, this is an Overwatch clone. It's an Unreal.
Now it's a clone of something that you
right. It's I would have rather him went to the road less traveled and tried to take a risk at us, creating a genre-defining game, something new, something fresh, than to clone something that's already out. People don't need what they already have, and they're not gonna bow what they already have.
Real talk, he should have kept it free to play. Like, he should have just kept it free to play. That would have allowed him and the studio to recoup what they made on microtransactions.
Yeah,
that's what he should have done. But he was trying to be I'm better than everyone else out there.
He changed the model because he didn't keep it free to play, because what he decided to do was sell the game, but all future DLC and content is free. So he's not selling everything that he makes from this point on for Lawbreakers. It's free. You're gonna get it.
And $29 is not bad, man.
Everything is free.
I just want to say this.
But he followed what Halo was doing. So
okay, I just want to say this on this game here. I remember when he was coming out of retirement to make this game, and I will say I did hear about Lawbreakers anytime before Overwatch, so I'll say that much. He did say originally that it was going to be a free-to-play game. I don't know why he changed the model of it. Whatever. Now, this is my problem with this guy. This guy is disrespecting the base that made him, and I really think Karma's a bitch. Right. And I don't think he has love for the craft. I think he's more in it for the money, because the way that he treats the gamers, like some of his responses on Twitter were like unbelievable. That's how he's talking to his consumers, and they were making valid points. Not everybody was throwing these crazy claims out there, and just the way he handles things, it's just uncalled for, especially for the base that built the mansion that you live in. And I think it's karma. Now on the PS4, it's dead. The beta didn't do good. It has severe hitching on it. He's getting what he deserves here. That's just my opinion.
I'm going to disagree on some points you said. All right, the Xbox didn't make him. He was already.
Hey, Puertorock, it sounds like you want to buy this game.
You know what I'm saying? Oh hell yeah! I got a game shirt anyway. But whatchamacallit?
The Gears franchise made him who.
No, this dude
made him a wealthy man.
He made Epic's first successful platformer back in the 80s. This dude was making games in high school.
You forget how big Gears was.
I'm not saying Gears wasn't big. What I'm saying is Microsoft went after Gears because they saw how big the title was, which he was making. Peter Moore was smart enough to lock that game down as an exclusive.
Okay, you know what, Puertorock? I'm gonna cut you off here. Okay, say you're right. Say we didn't make him. Regardless, that's not the way to talk to fucking gamers. Straight up.
Well, he was talking. Listen, he's talking to the fanboys. You guys act like you guys don't have fanboys on Twitter.
You know what? There's a certain type of decorum that he must have as a developer. He can't talk to the consumer like.
I mean,
that.
This is automatically. This is the scapegoat tactic. No, no, this is the scapegoat tactic that a lot of PlayStation people make when a game flops. It's always against somebody else except for actually the people that needs to be put under the fire, and that is the fucking gamers that didn't go support the game. And on this point, it's also the developer that fucked up and was trying to be bigger than life. And I understand that, like I read that article on Gamer Sutra where they were trying to, like, developers want to be more recognized, because if they were more recognized, then they would think that they would have a long-lasting, there would be more long-lasting in the gaming world, especially when they get older. But with Cliffy B, his attitude is like, oh, I'm rich, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I got this hot blonde with me. I'm riding fancy cars. I do what I want. But he's not putting into consideration about the people that's putting that blood, sweat, and tears behind the game that he wants to be made, and those families that they got to feed because of his arrogance. That's fucked up. And Respawn had to face the same sad song because they came out arrogant. And I understand that there's a huge fan base out there, but all you had to do is just say, look, I'm making it for the PlayStation first, and then I'll make it for the Xbox later. That's all he had to do, not all this extra.
But he did do that. The Xbox fanboys started harassing him, and Cliffy B's always been an asshole. He's been an asshole since last gen.
Let me tell you something.
He's not.
These developers are not rock
he's not
stars.
Doing himself any favors, responding like that.
Let me tell you something.
No response would have been just better. He didn't do his game any favors.
No. These developers are not rock stars. Bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Regular people, bro. And he's just the one that's direct. He's not going to sugarcoat none.
Okay, but let me ask
on
you
his
this.
page with some BS, he gonna give it back to you. You gotta respect it. Some people take it. Some people are not just gonna sit up there and allow somebody to come on their Twitter and be disrespectful to them. You know what I'm saying? Some people take it, but he the one that ain't gonna take it.
I have no problem with him going back at the dudes who came at him.
Not only the game suffering, people that help make the game is suffering right now at this.
Yeah, but that's the consequence of him doing that. I'm not saying he's wrong.
All right, but here's the thing. Let's say he was cool, cordial, and whatever. You're telling me sales would have been better right now?
Okay,
it's still not on Xbox. There's nothing you guys could do.
I'm gonna say it's bullshit. His answer, anyways, because
I don't think what he said affected the
easily have his game running up on Xbox because his game is running on PC. Xbox is virtually a PC, just scaled down. It's bullshit. The game was either money bagged by Sony to stay on that platform for a certain amount of time. Or some type of bullshit. You're gonna hear in the next 2 months because this game is dying that it's gonna be coming to Xbox. And you know what?
I think it was gonna come to Xbox.
I think it's more so.
It still would have came to Xbox.
I think more so if it transitions over to Xbox, what the sale numbers will do. Then we'll see if what he says has an impact on the sales. In regards to what the sales on the PlayStation 4 is, that has nothing to do with what he said to the Xbox community. Because if the people on there that represents the Xbox community that was talking all that shit, I'm pretty sure if they hardcore Xbox, they don't have PS4s, right?
No, this is the thing. I'm not worried about what he said to the Xbox community. I'm worried about how he said shit to the gamers, period. Yeah. That set a precedent for who he is. Yeah. So as an asshole, all around asshole, everybody on each side is looking at this dude like, why should I buy your game? You're not talking about your game. You're talking about the people who's supposed to buy it.
I disagree with that because whether a developer talk bullshit or not, if a game is good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. A developer can talk shit to gamers, but if the game is great and you can't say nothing about it, people gonna still buy it. You know what I'm saying? I care less about what a developer say or even speaking to them. My main thing at the end of the day is what type of product you putting out. That's all I'm concerned about. What you say on Twitter, I could care less about.
And here's another thing. It ain't like there's 2-3 million gamers that are butthurt over his comment. You got a couple of thousand on Twitter. It ain't 5 million Xbox gamers.
Well, that's the game. People could have played that like we already had this before.
You got a couple of thousand.
I mean, the gravity stuff in there is pretty dope. But other than that, if you play the game and say I already experienced this,
what I've heard about is mediocre, worth $30. I don't. That's all on your dime. What you think is worth $30? The game itself is mediocre. It plays like every other game you played in the last 2 years that has an arena hero shooter vibe. It's just very generic.
And see,
the game itself, that's just how it is. I played it on PC.
Instead of arguing over games and sale numbers, we need to be challenging these developers to get up off their ass and start putting some shit out that's genre defining, new experience. Because right now we're arguing over the same experiences on either platform, bro.
Facts.
This is true.
Woo!
Either platform.
I will say this.
A lot of games are just clones of other games.
I will say this. I bought
shit.
Lawbreakers and Hellblade on the PC. My God, this fucking Hellblade looks insane.
I seen some pics. The Hellblade.
Make sure
that was just in the pit.
You're playing that shit on the headset.
You
You have to play the game with headsets.
This shit looks pretty.
Just make sure you beat
them voices be them for this dude. Then that game be fucking you up, bro. And sometimes it's annoying. You know, you ever played a game and people talking shit like, yo, that dude just scored on you. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
I'm trying to focus here.
That's going on.
Like, look out
that's why I bought it on PC.
Look out behind me, ain't nobody there. I'm like, bitch.
See, that's why I bought it on PC, because if I did buy it on PlayStation, even though I don't really talk to anybody on PlayStation, it still would have kind of annoyed me. I wanted to get the best visuals that I could possibly get. So I wanted to see this game, and this game looks stunning. Hot damn.
I can.
It looks good. The audio's good.
It is going to come to
it
is going to come to Xbox. So it's going to come to the Xbox X. So that's going to be a big plus. Man, this game is fucking
4K on. Oh man, if it's 4K on that thing.
But the one thing I will say on this though is that if anybody says that this game right here didn't hurt Lawbreakers, they're fooling themselves, because this is a single player experience. It's only $30, and that is the PlayStation way.
Now, Hellblade, in regards to the concept with the schizophrenia and being inside your own mind, like that right there is dope. That's a new experience.
Yeah,
and then with what they doing with the audio,
genre.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking. Despite it not being, despite how much it costs, and it just being like, it's still a AAA game, but that's what I'm talking about. Because I saw somebody streaming it, and I was listening to the audio, and some of the audio, they was telling them that the gas was about to pop up, and before she started fighting them, the voices in the head was warning her that they was about to pop up. The shit was crazy. I'm like, wow.
Well,
the problems I have with Hellblade, like, the game is pretty, audio fantastic, like that is fire. The game part of it, the playing part of it, there's not much to that. There's like 10% combat and a lot of walking.
It's more of a visual. It's more of a visual, puzzle masterpiece.
But every game is not gonna be 90% combat. You gotta enjoy the full experience. You dealing with somebody that's
post up. This is successor to Heavenly Sword. I don't know if this is a prequel or if this is.
I'm pretty sure it's story. I haven't played it. What I hear is story driven.
Well, I was reading something that was saying that they were saying that the sacrifice was basically that was in tune with the story.
No.
I don't with Heavenly Sword.
This game is based off Norse mythology.
Yeah,
okay. It's a spiritual successor. That's what they said. That's what Ninja Theory said.
They had a Heavenly Sword
successor to Heavenly Sword. That's why it's called Hellblade.
Oh, it has nothing to do with it.
Looking at me
on YouTube. It has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Spiritual successor doesn't mean it's
no.
The combat's not even the same.
No,
they had to have
the combat's nowhere the same.
What I heard is
close.
There's a lot of walking in it, and the combat is kind of like Dark Souls, and it's like punishing. And if you die so many times in the game, you have to restart.
The game on hard is easy as hell. If you die in this game, you suck.
I just heard it was story driven, but they had a sequel to Heavenly Sword, but they sold the license to Sony, and Sony canceled it.
I think I'm gonna pick it up on Steam. It's like $30.
That's what I did. I bought that in. I bought it on.
Man, that game pushes the genre forward. You should experience it. It might be more story driven than it is action based, but whenever you get a game like that, you got schizophrenia, you got people in your head talking to you, and you're inside your own mind. That's dope, man. That's a super crazy concept, bro.
When they were doing the review of it, they were saying that you should wear some headphones with it.
Surround sound. Yeah, absolutely.
And I have Dolby Atmos speakers. speakers. So
oh man, wait. Yeah, don't even use like regular surround sound.
Really
use a headset.
I have Dolby Atmos.
Use the headset and play it in the dark.
Yeah, you want that in your head. You want them voices in your head.
You know, yeah. Make sure when you play that game, you got a catheter hooked up.
Dolby sound comes from like the top, comes from like different areas. Dolby Atmos is a lot more in detail than any headphones will ever be.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, I'm saying, well, and again, you know, I'm gonna pick it up myself. I was a huge fan of Heavenly Sword. That was like the female creator. I thought Heavenly Sword was a really good game. I don't think it sold well, you know what I mean? But I don't know if this is what you call a true Sony or console exclusive. I know it's a real small studio, it's like 8 people or something. You know what I mean? I don't know if they totally ruled it out if it's coming to the Xbox or not, but I am going to get the game. I heard about the bugs. I heard it's a beautiful looking game. You know what I mean?
I think it's a save file bug or some shit.
Yeah, the guy that reviewed it gave it like a 1, and he got slammed.
Talking about Jim Sterling.
Jim Sterling is an idiot.
Well,
he reviews everything.
Gave it in low scores too. But look, I don't know. I'm giving the game definitely the opportunity because it's something different. It's something fresh. It's I know All Day was going into this whole thing about it. We'll talk about that later. But you know, about the smaller developers, things need to be done more often like that. But I personally just want to support somebody wanting to give a damn about bringing something different to the table, and the fact that it looks that good. Now, of course, I would want more combat and things like that. But if the game sells well, then who knows if this game has life with another protagonist or whatever. So, you know, hey, man, go support the game. For real. Yeah. And if you like Lawbreakers, go support it. Stop talking shit about it. Stop trying to damage control it. The game is not selling well. The game is when they say that Paladins and Battleborn is doing better, have more people online, the game has not sold well. So the one thing to do to save that is to go buy the game. If you're not going to buy the game, then shut the fuck up. There is no need to talk about it if you're not going to support the game. And I say that to Xbox gamers as well. I touted, I preached, I begged people to go and get Recore because it was something fresh. It didn't sell that well,
God.
But I got it. But I bought it. Every game that I talk about, I buy. You know what I'm saying? Regardless,
even if it sucks.
No. Every game that I talk about, those are the type of games that I like. Like, you can say whatever you want to about Halo Wars 2. I love that game. I beat that game. That game is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Recore, it's not the best game, but it's damn sure not the worst game I've ever played. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I rather play Recore than play Street Fighter 5. I'm not a fan of Street Fighter 5.
In the
I mean that to the bottom of my heart. That's not me fronting, or you know what I'm saying? I cannot stand Street Fighter 5.
Recore since the last update is a much better game than when it launched.
Okay,
he does like Tekken though.
Well, here's the thing. And again, like I said, this is the first time I'm talking to you guys more or less about gaming this week. If you didn't know, like I said, we had a very, very interesting conversation on BGST towards the show. And it's something that that I brought up, I say about 2 years ago on BGST, that I said that I would like to see developers. Well, Microsoft 3 Stronghold. Not even Rare, because I don't know what Rare is really known for right now. They don't have their career-defining moment of, exclusives, like, 343 has Halo, the Coalition has Gears, Turn 10
Connect Sports, bro, what are you talking about?
Oh, well, okay, but the Connect is no longer in service. So anyway, and I said this on air and stuff back a while ago. What would you like to see Microsoft or Turn 10 or whatever make outside of Forza, 3443 outside of Halo, the Coalition now outside of Gears?
Bro, anything, something.
Okay, listen, I'm with you. For those of you that didn't know, you got to go watch the BGS, and me and Mooch did a one-on-one about this 2 days ago or yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, right? And
you guys did that on Tuesday next year.
Okay. But like I said, to my surprise, there was some pushback or blowback, saying that some Xbox gamers said they don't want 343 to make nothing but Halo. And to me, and I say this again, as a gamer, forget being a a fan of a console as a gamer, you should want as many games as possible. You know, just because 343 makes something outside of Halo doesn't mean that Halo is going to be watered down or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? And I am still from the mindset that we have already had how many? We had 2 iterations of Halo this generation, 3, 4. You had the Halo Wars 2, which is not the same thing, but you had the Halo Master Chief Collection, and you also had Halo 5. I'm fine for not getting another Halo for another 2 years. And I understand I'm not, or 3 years. I'm not the biggest Halo guy, so I don't want to seem like I'm biased, but comparing that to, like I said, what Naughty Dog is doing. Now, this is one thing I don't really agree with, and I think it's like, you know, it's kind of fanboyish. A lot of Xbox fans say, well, all Naughty Dog is doing is cookie cutter, third-person type games. Which you may be right. Maybe you may not like those games. Like I said, all that's subjective, okay? But it appeals to their demographic. Their fans like those games. Naughty Dog has Uncharted, whether you like it or love it. The Last of Us, whether you like it or love it. And they've just been green-lighted to make another third-person action-type game. When it's all said and done, then Microsoft doesn't change its direction, or fans, when, you know, whenever Microsoft start making games, and you look up 343 Studios, and all you're going to see is Halo, or if you were, that's not a good look. And not, you know, and then Xbox made a kind of a blatant statement. He said, well, those guys at 343, they love just making Halo. You don't know that. Like, you shouldn't say things like that, because again, sometimes I'm privy to, and I've never claimed to be an industry insider, but I've been in some type of chats or calls with different, you know, guys that make games within the industry. Cool, right? And they're artists. No one knew about there being a rift inside of Bungie at Microsoft until they left. And we found out the reason why, because they wanted to make another game called Destiny. And I said this, and again, this is also what was told to me, that game developers, I understand it's a business, but they are artistes. They are artists. And they like to create. No one just goes to school to learn how to make car games. And when I hear people say that, that's the craziest. I don't care how much Turn 10 are great at making car games. I get it. Fine. Fine. But no, again, no one goes to school just to learn how to make car games. You may be good at it at the end of the day, but it all comes down to a bunch of ones and zeros. You know what I mean? At the end of the goddamn day, right angles and stuff. So, my question is to you guys. Now, K-Megan, actually, I'm going to start with you, because you were there Sunday. You know, and what is really your stance, or do you understand where I'm coming from?
No, I understand where you're coming from.
So I want to elaborate. Talk to me.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and there's nothing wrong with you making that statement, but it's just the fact that there's just certain studios that just are just programmed to make a game that is suited to that particular game. Like, well, I should say developers to just make that certain type of game. 343 is that type of company for me that makes Halo the series. Look, I can understand if Halo was just kind of like, let's say, like Uncharted. Uncharted has to have some kind of ending, right? Uncharted supposedly had some kind of ending in 4, right? But I think that they're going to progress it in some other ways, as you see with the DLC, things like that. Halo has a universe that can go as deep and as far as Star Trek or as Star Wars. That is how rich and deep that is. If you go from comics, from novels, from those animated stories, from the video games, Halo is a deep field universe. It's kind of like what Mass Effect was, and when everybody was so excited about Andromeda, and then it was kind of different. There were some people that was kind of put off from it, but then when people actually went back and played it, they're like, "Hey, this game isn't so bad." But Naughty Dog, your point is that they've had a. Now, let me finish my point. Okay, go ahead. Naughty Dog has been doing this since 1984, Z. 1984. Hold on, let me make a point. Okay.
Oh, my man on that syrup.
Yes, he is. He on some scissor.
Okay. Math Jam. Anybody remember that? How about Ski Crazed? How about Dream Zone? How about Keith of the Thief? Ring of Power? How about Way of the Warrior? That was a 3DO fucking game. Nobody talks about those games. Mm-hmm. Crash Bandicoot was the one that got Naughty Dog off the map, right? Pretty much. And then after that, they did Jack and Daxter, and they've done numerous games. They've had time to do it. 343 hasn't had that much time, and I'm sure if 343 had more time, they would probably, at the same type of time, they would have the opportunity to make other games. Now, if you're saying about the Coalition, I totally agree with you. Coalition can do Gears or something else, but with 343, leave it alone. Let them keep that masterpiece of Halo.
You know what? I disagree. That is absurd. That is absurd.
How the fuck do you?
How is that absurd?
Capable of making?
Huh? What you say?
How does that's absurd?
I'm saying what K Mega said is absurd.
It is,
but I want to know how is it absurd?
I'll say
because if you look at these development teams have artists, engineers that have worked across multiple different development companies in this industry. I don't care if Naughty Dog started in the 80s or the 70s. You have people that's on 343 and Coalition that started at the same time. That's been with different development companies that created different games out of these industries. Now, we're not looking at 343 and the Coalition like they got some high school, college programmers on the team. They have veteran developers on their team that have been creating in this industry for years. So to sit up here and say that they can't be
and they knew that and post up and they knew the fact that they knew that Halo was going to be this universe that they wanted to work on. They volunteered. They left Bungie. That's not
the point, K Mega. No, sit up here and say that they are incapable of being multifaceted.
You just said that. You just said that.
And I'm disagreeing. Let me finish because I wish I was on a.
Hold on, 1 second. I want to cut my mic down. 1 second. Let Post Up finish. And then, Game Maker. Hold on.
I wish I was on the podcast with 448 and Crap Gamer when they were spewing this bullshit too. But since you in agreement with them, you finna get it. Now let me finish. To sit up here and say that they cannot be multifaceted and their approach is crazy. Just
I didn't say they're multifaceted. I don't know. You're trying to spin the word. You're still saying that I'm saying that they're incapable.
I'm just saying. Hold on.
And you're saying that when
Naughty Dog was working, I don't know if it was Uncharted or Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3, but one of them development cycles, they had a small group sitting to the side working on The Last of Us. Just a 5-10 man team working on The Last of Us. When one of them games got completed and got shipped, that game moved over to the whole team, and that's when the game really got into full development. To say that a 343 or a Coalition can't do the same when they got developers on the team.
You didn't even listen to me. You just talked. No, Post Up. You fucked up right there because you didn't listen to me.
Finish him.
You didn't listen to me. You just talked.
You said there was a studio that didn't fit.
No. Go ahead. No, you're all finished. Because what you said,
I'm not finished.
You fucked up because I did not. Because I said now Coalition. They can't make multiple because they spoke. I would like them to make multiple games there, but for the Halo universe, as huge as it is, that's where it should be. That's where that.
No, he's talking about before that.
Let me tell you something. 343 industry. When developers create a game and they created a game for so long, sometimes they need to get away from that project. Sometimes they need to work on something different that's fresh ideas. And when they do that, they can take what they learned from that new project and bring it back to what they know.
So of course, because they don't have to have the Halo name behind it, and they can't do an MMO or something of that nature where they were trying to do.
And say because Halo, that 343 just now started to develop on Halo, that they shouldn't be put in a position to create other things when they got developers on their team with 24 to 30 years of experience in this industry is absurd. And I'll tell 448 that. I will tell Crap that. And I will tell Halo
itself. Let me chime in on this one. Let me chime in on this one. Because I saw that portion of BGST. And I saw the one-on-one that you did with Mooch. And Crap Gamer Mooch's excuses is just complete bullshit. All right?
Facts.
All right. The truth is, I'll be honest, I don't even blame 343. In my opinion, I think it's Microsoft that's fucking this up.
Of course, you would think it's Microsoft.
They want to keep them. They want to keep them locked in.
Who's in charge?
Wow.
But it's this
when the soldiers,
if the people wanted to make a different game,
let 5 seconds in this. Listen, when the soldiers loses the war, it's the general that gets the blame. They're the decision makers. They're the ones that's telling people what the fuck to do. You understand what I'm saying? Bungie went to Microsoft and says, "Hey, we want to do this." All Microsoft had to do, you know what? You are the golden boy of Xbox. It was Halo that put us on the map. Here's a blank check. Do what the fuck you want. And you would have had Destiny exclusive to Xbox right now. That's all they had to do. Here's a check. We'll leave you the fuck alone. If any company,
but that was, but hold on, wait a minute. That's not Matrick. They're going something left with that. That's not Matrick in his thought process. Matrick passed on a lot of opportunities with the Halo name, and you don't think that Destiny would have been Halo, but just a different form?
It still would have been a big exclusive for you.
I'm not saying that, but that's not Matrick saying that. But you don't think that it would have came with the Halo name, though?
What's up? No, it probably would have been an original Destiny game. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there's no damage control. We know what Bungie created, and it is the best multiplayer experience this gen. So we don't need to damage control or pretend what is.
It's the what is. That's the best multiplayer.
I mean, just look at the guys. Just look at Guerrilla Games. Look at Guerrilla Games. They was making Killzone for a while. Sony gave them the freedom to create something else, and you get a Horizon Zero Dawn.
See, post up. That's where you post up. That's where you post up, bro. That's where you're wrong, because you know where they got that idea from Naughty Dog.
It's not the point where they got the idea. Freedom to make it. Look, it's this type of contentment that's wrong with the community, bro.
And if they could, and if what that was the ideas for Naughty Dog for making that game. What they did is that they changed it up, made things different. Remember the game that I was talking about? I posted it a long time ago. Oh, it was this year, where there was a canceled game from Naughty Dog or Santa Monica, and that was the game that they were talking about, and which Horizon Zero Dawn.
They were still able to stay away from Killzone and create it. It's this type of contentment amongst gamers. What's wrong with the industry? When we allow Microsoft, when I
say I promote fucking Halo Wars 2 and RTS, I get laughed at because it's something different.
It ain't about that. I'm talking about in regards.
You're trying to make this out to say everything has to be just like the whatever Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is, and that's not what I'm saying. You can branch out and make Halo into everything.
No. I'm telling you,
the universe is so rich.
Here's the truth.
I'm not content with this. I'm not content with just a Halo.
I'm gonna go back to my original point. The reason why I blame Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Because it's lack of vision. Microsoft could have easily, when they formed the 343, let them do their Halo 4, Halo Master Chief Collection. But while that group is developing those games and getting ready for Halo 5, they could have added more manpower, and all the senior developers be like, "Hey, you're gonna still do your Halo, but we want you to supervise this other team for a new IP." That's not gonna take away from Halo. The teams are still making Halo, but also supervise this other team, because it's easier to augment a team that you already have with experience than to try to create a brand new team from scratch.
But of course, that's Don Matrick's decision. That's nobody else's decision.
Spencer took over in 2014.
You know what? In all honesty, though, I don't think any company should stifle the developers. Look what happened with Rare. They've been stifled just making Connect games for so long. Like that has to hurt their creativity. That has to hurt their pride, their motivation. Sony had Insomniac. They let Insomniac said, you know what, we want to break off. We want to do our own stuff. You know, we'll still come back here and do some stuff. We want to do some other places. If they didn't do that, we'd never have Sunset Overdrive. You know,
Sony didn't let Insomniac do it.
It's called freedom.
They never
Sony didn't let Insomniac first pitch Sunset Overdrive to Sony. Sony said, we want to own it. Insomniac was like, fuck y'all. Yeah. They went to Xbox. That's pretty much how that went.
But regardless, they're making.
Titanfall.
I'm not content with the Gears, and I'm not content with a Halo. And if I'm gonna spend my money with a company, it's not wrong for me to expect more out of them. When we cannot.
Nobody
do all this time on Microsoft. We argue over sales. We say Microsoft is a multi-billion-dollar company. They got more money than Sony, and y'all sit up here telling me
you guys argue about the sales.
No. I'm just speaking in general. I'm just saying we talk about sales. We talk about how rich Microsoft is, how they got more money than Sony, and to sit up here and do that and then not expect more out of them since they are got that much finances on their side. Is it wrong of me to ask that a studio can work on more than one game? I mean, what's wrong with that?
I mean, look, like I said, the Halo property over itself alone, it's bigger than most all fucking companies combined.
But to me, it don't have that same appeal that it did in OG days. It don't have that same appeal anymore.
Halo is on a decline. Let's just be honest.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna play media.
But let me see what's happening.
Right now, everybody is misunderstanding.
Well, let's see finish.
I want to finish my point here. Hold on a second. These developers, we need not to stifle them down to one thing. Asking for more games from 343 Studios, there's nothing wrong with that. They don't all have to be in the Halo universe like what Mega saying.
I didn't even say that. Y'all guys, go ahead, man. Jesus Christ.
You know what? In all honesty, most studios don't just make one type of game.
But he's not telling me.
Okay, listen. Hold on, Basil. Okay, because maybe let me explain it like this. Then you guys can come back and
There's nothing wrong with asking for more games. I don't understand what's wrong with it.
I never said that.
No. I was disagreeing with K Mega when he said that 343 is not the type of studio that should do work on multiple projects. That they should just stay with Halo.
Why not? They have all the tools available to them. They're probably more qualified than others.
I've listened to both sides of this conversation. That's not what he said. He said that they should make more games within the Halo universe. What type of games? He never said that shit.
Okay, listen.
And I'm arguing against that too because I don't want. I want
one type of game. I'll give them that, but still branch out. Try something new.
Let me say this. Okay, listen.
Outside of the Halo universe.
That's up to
outside of the Halo universe.
That's up to the developers.
Listen,
hold on, wait, Z. No, fuck that. Wait a minute, Z.
No. Listen, I don't. You're not asking what I'm saying
because people keep on trying to make I'm saying something else. Listen, let me say this. This situation right here is where I'm saying, look, if Microsoft came up there, if Phil Spencer said, look, 343 is primarily Halo, and if you come here, this is what you're going to be accustomed to, nothing else. And if those developers, which there was willing developers that came in, and they came in and they knowing that, so how is that they're hampering the developers? We don't know if that's the case or not because there's developers that has left. There's other people that's a part of that that's been a part of 343 that's left. But you know what I'm saying? The thing of it is all I'm saying is that you can make whatever fucking game you want to. I'm just saying because the Halo universe is so rich, I don't give a fuck. You can make a fucking a side scroller fucking game and you know what I'm saying, but you have the Halo name, it's still gonna fucking sell. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. No, listen, this is what I'm saying, okay? Let me say this. Let me okay. And I don't think at the end of the day, this is your opinion, whatever. Okay, but as what I'm trying to say, I'll give you an example. What I think I understand the Halo universe is huge, or maybe even the Gears universe can be huge. But what you can do is something called oversaturate, something, or I'll give you what they did with Fable. Fable should have never came to Connect, okay? Shouldn't happen. You don't do that to Halo, the cell phone game that was there at launch. Shouldn't have been there. You know what I mean? You shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? To me, that's just like a cash grab. You know what I mean? So I understand that the Halo universe is huge. There's other things they can do. but the name still is Halo. Whether it's Halo Reach, Halo ODST, it's still Halo. It's still a shooter. I'm saying something outside of Halo besides being a shooter. Besides, again, and the same, and I understand, but people say that, well, Naughty Dog is just doing a cookie cutter third-person game. It's The Last of Us is different from the Uncharted series, and it just got green-lighted to make another third-person action game with maybe a fourth of the budget that 343 has inside. That's what I'm saying as far as.
But see, ask me this question: if it ain't broke, why you gonna fucking fix it?
It is broke.
It ain't broke. It ain't broke. See, that thing, Halo makes more. Halo makes more than any damn. Halo makes money.
That's the problem. When gamers become content, it's an issue.
What is content? What is content?
It's an issue.
What is content from Halo 1? Answer this question from Halo 1 to Halo 5. Look at all the stuff that you get done. Look at all the stuff that you can do. For one is they make money for Microsoft. They make boom money. That's their A1. They don't need to go make nothing else. Turn 10 is not gonna make nothing else but racers.
And listen,
that's all they gonna, because they're pros at it. Because they pros.
That's not the question at hand. It's something not being broken. What's making money? Because as a gamer, as you should be, or whatever, as a fan,
Microsoft don't give a damn as you know, gamer. They want your money.
Okay,
they a business. You sticking with your heart instead of thinking they want your money.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Halo is in the top 3. We don't know if it's 1, 2, or 3, but it's in the top 3 of the highest grossing exclusives.
Okay, but again, we're back. Listen,
numbers. I'm not talking about numbers. We're not talking about features. We're not talking about what.
But once you just do the easiest thing Microsoft can do is start a new damn studio. Is that easy?
That's actually
no.
It is.
See,
you can go hire and start a new studio.
Y'all don't understand. Let me tell you something. When I first played Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, I always wondered what Bungie would be capable of outside of Halo. Like what other concepts and ideas that they may have outside of Halo. The same. I'm just saying it. But
Destiny ain't nothing but a Halo clone.
Not even from a first.
It's a Halo clone.
Better than Halo, bro.
Not even from a first-person perspective. I'm talking about
it's a clone.
Genre. I'm just talking about a whole different genre, a whole different idea. I always wonder, even like Gears and 343.
And then y'all talking about Bungie. Bungie left on their own. And I'm gonna put this way: 85% of that Bungie that left is already back at 343. Because why? Yeah. They get fucked over. Everybody, they done lost their music. They done lost their music producer, all that.
They don't want to Halo. Went back to work on Halo because that's what they chose to do. Y'all act like these motherfuckers don't have choices. Yeah, like Microsoft says, you will do what we say. No, nigga, I can leave and go to any studio I want. I can do the same job wherever. They choose to be where they want. Now, whether or not they need to make new games, that's an entirely different conversation than Microsoft is making them do it.
But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about
certain studios do certain things. Now, Coalition might be doing something different. Coalition might be saying, okay, let's do something different.
Y'all keep bringing up numbers and money. Like,
is working on another game.
All right, hold on. One second. Your mic breaking up, Puertorock.
Well, my mic breaking up?
Bad, yeah. How about come back in? You got a bad, like you're outside. Let me say this, okay? And I'm gonna turn 100 up, okay? And these guys back up, all right?
True story.
Listen. Okay.
Can't make you stop talking about Destiny. You never played it.
Okay.
Jim, we're not telling them to stop making
one at a time, because
look, we're not telling them to stop making.
Am I good? Hold on. I'm saying I spend my money.
You can't hear everybody. It's gonna do like scribble scrabble.
All right.
All I'm saying is this, okay? Now, and again, I'm just talking about it as a game. This goes back again to what I was saying Sunday, okay? I can care less about Microsoft money. Okay, now listen, to be in denial, to say Halo is not the juggernaut that it once was. Fact.
Hang on. How is not juggernaut where? How is not the juggernaut? Why people play that more online? People play that. That's the latest console. You can go play Halo, and it got over damn near 20,000-50,000 people on at one time.
Okay,
that
I'll show you what I mean.
It has the same appeal.
How it does it, people.
I'll show you what I mean. Okay?
If it didn't make no money, if it didn't make
it,
see, think about it. If it didn't make no money, it don't make no sense.
Well, thank you. Well, and also,
y'all moving the goalpost.
No. We're just making it. We're making.
I just scored a touchdown. I just made you.
I used to have multiplayer podcast versus the Xbox slaves.
You just carted the
goalpost. It used to be. It's not.
You just carted the goalpost off.
Listen, I gotta cut it.
It's just not the numbers that it's returning. It's not the same as how it used to be.
Yeah, because I don't understand. Like you said, how you say minimize?
It's not as popular. Halo before when
Halo 2 sold 2 million in a day.
Halo used to be a console seller.
Hey, Z, start regulating this shit, bro. We can't hear nobody talk, bro. Regulate this
when
shit.
Halo came out, consoles moved like crazy.
One at a time.
Halo's not moving consoles like it used to. It's on a decline a little bit. I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm not saying the franchise is boring.
Comment section.
Comment section.
How many comment section?
At the same time. I just want to say this one here was a blip. Like it wasn't as popular with the gamers itself. They didn't like the story itself. This one was not as popular. It's just a fact.
Halo 2 sold.
Yo, share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Man, there's so many other games. Okay, that have black.
Man, don't make this a racist thing. Come on, don't make this a fucking racist thing. You clown.
Who said what?
Do that shit.
Who said
That's
what?
not what it is,
shit, bro.
Who said what? You got my
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna say this right here. Honestly, I know it's a little off topic, but when it comes to pop culture, hold on. When it comes to pop culture, black people we kind of set the trends. So that's not the reason why that game didn't do good. Okay, it didn't do good because they wanted Master Chief. Had nothing to do with the guy being black. Straight up.
And with these numbers.
Hello.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. And it's
Let me tell you something, y'all.
It's a Halo game.
Microsoft said Halo 5 sold what?
And God of War, do you want anybody else in fucking God of War? Come on.
They did say, somebody come out and say Halo 5 sold like 5 million in 3 months?
Yeah, well, hold on. Look, listen.
Halo 2 did 2 million in 24 hours.
Hold on.
24 hours, bro. It did 2 million in 24 hours.
Here's the truth, right here. Look, hold up. Let me finish.
That's what I was going to show. Listen, that's what I was going to show right. The same list here. For those who talk about, when I say that Halo it's not the same as it once be.
It's not.
If you look at the MPD, and again, this right speaks testing. Halo was not even in the top 10 right now. What's making money for Microsoft of games being bought, okay? We have to be realistic here, okay? It's just a fact. You're going to see the same top 10 multiplex month after month. And I was just about to show the same game screen on my Xbox on top 10 games paid for on Xbox. And Halo, Gears, and Forza is nowhere there, okay? That's all that I'm saying. We can't, that's nothing to be denial about.
This is not about numbers of money.
Yeah. Y'all need something else besides that.
Y'all turned this into sales and money making. We're talking about developing new content, challenging them to develop new content.
In this top fucking row right here, in these two rows, right here, where they're showing most play games, there is not a PlayStation game, there's not a Nintendo game. There's not, bro.
This is
Xbox, bro.
This is Xbox. Listen, this is let me show you what you're looking at. Microsoft.com. Most played games
on Xbox.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the top 10. You got fucking Rocket League, a game you used to make fun of us for playing.
I don't play that shit. You can't even give me that shit for free. That shit ain't on my Xbox.
Somebody's playing it.
Yeah,
in
that
the top 10.
Kids play it. Look at them games. Hang on, look at them games. Hang on. Let's go. Puertorock asked me this. Grand Theft Auto 5. I done bought that game like 16 million times for my son.
Okay. But look how
most of them are new games.
Hey, Mr. 100, they can't make your money at a bushwhacker.
Missing the point. On 360, on 360,
they changed the discussion.
Stayed top 3 for pretty much the entire generation.
Facts.
Top 3. Facts. When Halo Reach came out, both of those games was top 5.
Yeah. When Halo came out. And Halo 3 is one of the
cowards.
Halo 2 and Halo 3 is one of the top
Halos made of all time.
Now you got more people playing Friday the 13th than Halo 5. It's right there. I'm showing
Ain't no
you.
excuse. Not an excuse.
I'm not lying. You seen it right here. It's right in front of your face.
Look, first of
Grand
all,
Theft Auto, kids play it.
You guys,
Call of Duty, kids play it.
More people are playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
I ain't fixing no agenda.
Yeah, you and K Mega,
because everybody wanted Call of Duty, Black Ops.
You know what? I don't really care about it. I'm sticking to my guns. I never change or whatever. The fact is that look, Microsoft, if those developers wanted to make that change, they can leave. They have left.
But why do they have to leave?
Why should they have to leave, brother?
Yeah,
they are made for one purpose only. Okay, do you see a? Hang on, do you? Hang on, do you? Hang on, do you? Do you? If I go
something and Microsoft say it's okay, or if they don't, whatever the case may be, they got that choice.
Hold on,
if you got a job just to make cars all day, if you got a job, to make cars all day, you're gonna make cars all day. Am I right? You're gonna make cars all day. You can't all of a sudden say
last time I checked,
that's not how this shit works.
Last time I checked,
you go to a job to do a job. This is the job they signed up for.
Listen.
Last time I checked, I
need to break the chain on some of you guys' minds, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, bro. You got that corporate slave mentality.
Yeah, I guess I'm a slave.
Listen.
It was never about numbers and sales.
Okay, let me say this again.
Me and Z was just saying.
You
can't be content with
slavery. Let me say this. Okay, let me grab for the chat again, okay, or the conversation, okay. Because the shit that went about sales and what's making money, which has never been the issue.
You just want more games, bro.
What makes money? That was never what I said about who. It wasn't about who made
games, Mr. 40% game.
You know what I'm saying? 40%. Well, I got. You know what? We could go through. You got 40 games in a row, and I got more. I got more time into games. You know what? And this is another thing that Xbox is going to be doing. They're going to expose that. Be trying to come up with. I'm just letting you know how many hours do you be putting in the games and how many hours do I put in the games. Let's get real about that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Get ready to rumble.
Xbox is going to explain that. It's going to show that shit. And so all that talk about
so just because you leave your Xbox,
no, I don't be leaving my Xbox on, bro. I don't be doing that shit. Fraud. You know what I'm saying? Ask dealer about how many games you're gonna be fucking paying for. You're gonna have to pay for your fucking game sharing. How about that?
All right, as I was saying.
And you suck at everything you play, bro.
Well, I beat you. You ain't beat me.
Listen, can we bring this back to what the conversation was about? Okay?
Hey, I'm gonna be real. This is no fanboy shit.
Talking that shit came back. No
fanboy shit. I'm gonna be honest. I honestly don't have a dog in this fight because to me, Xbox is always gonna be a secondary console for me. So whether 343 makes a second game on it, I really don't care. Because I know what to expect from the Xbox platform. That's why I don't buy Xbox day one. I wait till it gets cheaper. I buy it, and I enjoy what I get from it. That's it. I get what I get from it, and I move on. I don't dwell on it. But if it was my preferred platform, I would want more from it. But it's not. So I'm cool the way they are. I'll get to play a little bit of Gears. I'll get this. I'll get that. And when they don't have nothing, it'll be in the shelf collecting dust while I play PlayStation, waiting for the next game. I'm good with that. That's me.
Look,
that's how I roll.
Let me tell you something. I understand Halo is $1 billion franchise. And I understand why K-Mega would say, hey, they just need to make a game within the Halo universe, slap Halo on it, and it's going to automatically sell because of the Halo name and its prestigious name. No, I'm not saying that's look, the thing is that we're gamers. We're never supposed to be content with a company give us, because as long as we stay content, they will keep giving it to us as long as we just sit there and say, okay, and keep our mouth closed. If Xbox gamers start voicing their opinion to Phil and all these other execs as much as they do on Twitter about other shit, about 343 venturing into other genres and stuff like that, same with Coalition, they'll be forced to do it. Because they have to deal with us. At the end of the day, they want our support. And I'm
I'm not content with just Halo or Gears. And I want to see what they can do outside of that. The developers on that team have years of experience working on first-person shooters, third-person action games, RPG. You can't sit up here and tell me that they're not capable of creating something outside of Halo and then coming back to it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And if anybody says something wrong with that,
he's one of the problems. You know, he's complacent with everything Xbox do.
See, I want another favor. Y'all want another favor? Y'all want another favor legends?
Before we want to do this, let me just say this. Okay, when you go through the list and you look after Crash and you get to Zach and Daxter, after that it's nothing but Uncharted, Last of Us, Uncharted. That's it.
Sony Santa Monica's only made Gears of War.
Yeah, I'm saying
God of War. I'm sorry, God of War.
So I mean, thank you,
like only made.
That's it.
I'm not talking about so. I'm not. Well, how did they get to Uncharted? And they still made Last of Us.
Have specialties.
That's two different titles.
Studios have specialties. Do I think that Microsoft needs to make more games? Sure. Do I think they need to specifically come from 343 and turn 10 in them? No, I think they need to just make more games. That has shit to do with you made a studio that does this thing well.
Priest to the nation.
So they might need more studios.
Never said.
Does it specifically need to come from these people? No, they joined to make one type of game from one game.
We never said they need to.
They joined for it.
We never said that they need to.
That's the game they want to make. That's the game they want to make.
Okay, but we never said that they need to develop.
Forcing developers to make something different is as bad as forcing them to make one thing.
Okay, listen.
I think this stems from the fact that we don't have a lot of games right now. We don't have a lot of studios. We know that 343 is a Microsoft owned studio, so we're turning them and say, hey,
man, they got
some other
200-300 squad teams.
Microsoft has 19 studios. Sony has
by
16.
Just getting some new developers.
So they have new studios.
Get new developers and make new games. That's all I'm saying. Coalition. The coalition wants to work on Gears and enhance Gears because even if, however you feel about Gears 4,
they had a game before they moved. They had a game before they moved to Gears that everybody was interested in.
Okay.
Before Gears, that everybody
was on a different game. Post up. That's what you keep. You over here arguing about why they're not making. They are making a new game. It's already It's been. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're just talking about that they're making a new fucking game, and you're still bitching about
who's making a new game.
We're talking about coalition, not coalition.
Coalition.
We're not talking about coalition. We're talking about 343
Is it Gears?
We don't know what it is. They have another game that they were working on before Gears because they were taking off of that game to finish Gears. So
so we don't know if it's that.
Okay, and listen. All right, so listen, that's the case.
That's you don't know if it's something new or if it's Gears 5 or
it's something completely different.
It wasn't a Gears game.
Okay,
well that's all I'm asking is that these studios are capable of more than just Gears and Halo.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. They are capable of more than just that, and we should expect that from them instead of being content with what they're giving us.
Post up. If that employer wants you to just work on that game, that's what your employer. They don't work for themselves. They work for Microsoft. So if Microsoft wants them to work on that game, they work for themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's what they gonna do. No, y'all just mad because the people telling the real deal.
Wait, hold on.
I'm a corporate slave.
Look,
man,
slave.
Hey, yo, 100 trying to come sound like Uncle Ruckus. You should just let me ask you.
I'm not negating the fact that they should.
Do you want Cadillac to start making Benz?
I'm not negating the fact that they
Mercedes Benz.
Look, I'm not negating the fact that they should create new studios. I want new studios as well. But I'm saying though, you got these Halo and Gears teams that's like 250, 300 man teams. You can't tell me they can't. Look, I work. I got a job where I got to do things at one
time. That's not what. If that's not what they want to do, post up. That's not what they. You
don't know that.
You don't know. How do you know
that? Post up. Now post up. They could do this. Post up. They could do this. They could take this project person and go do and go start a new studio up and go. You know how much good talent is out here?
No,
you know how much good talent is out here.
Look, people said the same thing about Bungie. And all they wanted to do was Halo, and look how that worked out.
What you mean? That was on their own. And look where their ass is at.
Yeah,
look where they ass is at.
Doing bigger, better from Activision.
I got to. I'm sorry, ladies. I got to mute these guys in the chat. I mean, they can probably hear each other, but you guys can hear. This shit then went far away left. Okay. The question at hand, and I'm gonna say this. I'm turning my up. Maybe they can hear me because I have to mute them. A question at hand. We can't make blanket statements and say that this is all that these developers want to make. Because no one goes to school just to make Gears, Forza, and Halo. Now, again, I've never claimed to be an industry insider, but I talk to developers all the time. I talk to developers all the time, okay? I talk to developers all the time. There are artists. There are artists. For anyone to come out and make this blanket statement and say all they want to make is Gears or Halo is dog shit, okay? They get bored.
That's what we expect.
That's your opinion.
That what
you're playing the shit out of broadband bullies, and you're even fucking making money.
This is not my opinion. This is fact. So okay. I didn't want to do this. Okay.
Are you guys entertained?
No.
Are you not entertained?
Listen, I didn't want to do this. Listen, this is my opinion. Okay. So it's my opinion that Bungie left goddamn Microsoft because they wanted to make something outside of the Halo universe. That's not my opinion, and that's fact. And their employer only wanted them to make Halo. This cannot be denied, or but you like Destiny or not, it is the biggest multi-plat this generation. Another $1 billion goddamn. But Destiny is bigger than goddamn Halo.
K-Mega, I will say this, K-Mega. I will say this. It's a difference between what you know 343 want to do than your expectations of them. Your expectations is that they continue working in the Halo universe. You don't know what they want in regards to what they want to create, or if they want to create.
But you don't know. But you don't know if they don't.
I'm not saying I know. I'm not saying I know. I'm not saying.
But when people are fed up, they leave though. Post up, and they have done that.
Why should they have to leave?
People are not leaving because they're forced
out. Maybe
listen.
That's in all studios.
If they want to leave studios, Microsoft can't stop them at the door and be like, "Hey, you want to work in that game? Here's a budget."
Okay, well, ask the people out there, Naughty Dog, for all those people that jumped ship and left, and they wanted to jump and do Star Wars, and if you tell them, look, Star Wars is just Star Wars. You're not doing anything.
Hey, listen, to ask you a question, K-Mega? Let me ask you this question. Listen what you're saying. That's very, very Nazi-like, right? If you're not happy,
kill him.
If you're not happy making this game,
I know you want to
listen. Okay, listen. Don't talk.
You've been there. Please.
If you're not happy making this game,
please. I'm not certain YouTuber that you over here did some dirt to.
Okay, so listen. So listen, that's what you're saying. You said if you're not happy making this one particular game, okay, there's the door. Now, with that same attitude, let's be honest here. Destiny could have been an exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen. Now, again, we won't talk about you guys have to talk about numbers. What is a bigger game right now in this tournament date, Halo or Destiny?
It's Destiny because it's a multiplayer. It's a multiplayer. It's a multiplayer. But hey, Z can ask you this one question. Z can ask you this one question.
You're gonna have to ask me this question.
King Z can ask you one question.
Destiny played more than any other game.
King Z can ask you one question. King Z can ask you one question. I just want to ask you one question. Ask you one question. Which one of your favorite games that we play all the time?
Here's one.
No, 2K, right?
Okay.
The same people work. 2K hires them people just to work on 2K, just to work on that.
Okay.
EA hires people just to work on Madden, period. They don't work on anything else. So why they can get away with it?
I give you a quick answer. I can give you a quick answer.
You can't get away with that 100 because if they had an opportunity to make, because if 2K had an opportunity to make a football game, they would.
No, I'm saying on the sports game. If they work on that sports, they don't work on nothing else. All they do is sports 24 hours.
I can answer that question better. I can answer that question real easy.
No, he answered me.
Get away?
Hold up.
No, because they're a third-party developer. Who gives a shit what they do? You're talking about Microsoft creating studios to support their console.
Okay, again. Now listen. You asked me that question, right? And you know you just proved my point, right? Because what is listen, 100.
I ain't nowhere near. I'm having some fucking fun.
You asked me that question, and you just proved my point, right? You know why you proved my point? Because again, the parent company of 2K, Rockstar, and look at all the goddamn games they have under their umbrella. You just proved my point. Look at all that goddamn games.
But they're all Rockstar.
That come from 2K. Period. Look at all those Take Two, the parent company. Look at all those goddamn games that come from that one company alone.
Yeah, but you said that one company doing it, but them only certain people doing certain games. Like Microsoft has them to do Halo. You got Moji doing nothing but Minecraft.
There's some guys over at 2K that make the basketball game that are over helping with WWE 2K. So that's not true. They kind of go back and forth a little bit, some of the team members, and they help out. But I got to say this. It all stems from Microsoft needing to have more first-party studios. Now, Phil Spencer went out and he said that he got some companies. He has some things in the pipeline. It's too early to show it. But you know what? I'm giving them till E3 to show what they have on the table.
Damn, aren't you tired of saying that?
No, he said this here is 2 to 3 years.
But why, as gamers, why are we so impatient?
Why are we so impatient? Because you know what? Our
because we get bashed in by the PlayStation Nation for talking shit.
They're getting a lot more exclusive than we're getting, and they're getting at it at a higher variety.
But hang on, no, they exclusives. Them are Japanese giveaways.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
what they get their exclusive is. They give them they a Japanese company. That's what you get them Niers and all that other stuff. And do they sell? Hell no.
Some Xbox gamers want to play those games. Maybe some.
But it ain't. But it's not. But the thing about it is, it's not Microsoft's fault if these people's going just straight to Sony. Sony, I'm just going to put your game on it because you know what I'm saying. We're a Japanese company too. That's how Nier Automata and all of them got on there. That we call them Japanese giveaway. Sony did not make them games. Nobody Sony did not make them games at all.
Those games are only.
Hold on,
that point. Sony still has more studios.
They secured the deals for those games.
Okay, yes, Sony do have more studios.
They don't buy them. They don't buy no. They don't buy no.
It's still secured.
Somebody brought up the point about Halo 5 and about Destiny, right? When you brought up that, Halo has games in online players, and Destiny they did a horrible dip. Then came back up when they did some DLC, then went back down again. It's going to jump up and skyrocket when Destiny 2 come up, but Halo 5 is being consistent.
No, it has not. It's not even
consistent with what?
Yes, it has.
What you mean? We can go jump on Halo 5 right now. We can all get into a match.
I can show it to you. It's not even top 10.
You're showing what you're showing. See, that's the thing about these numbers game. All you gotta do is look online and see the players that are playing the
Microsoft website. I'm not showing some tinky winky website.
I'll put this way.
Tinky Winky is this shit that you're talking about.
I'm showing you information of Kabul, Jesus Christ can tell you the truth and you still deny him, bro. That's crazy. Let me tell you the truth. You know what the truth is? You have for Microsoft and you're still damage controlling.
No,
put it on the screen, Puertorock.
It's a fact, bro. I'm being serious.
I like with that on the screen,
Puertorock. Didn't he just show you the top
game? And show the screen again.
They are generating money.
I just showed the most played games from Microsoft, straight from that.
Look, man.
I'll put it this way: if I cut on my Xbox right now, I guarantee it's 10 people playing Halo.
Look, let me tell you something. At the end of the day,
probably only game they got. Bums.
As a gamer,
that's all the gamers got.
I want Microsoft to have more.
You playing Michonne? Shut up.
As a gamer, I want Microsoft to have more studios. I want them to dabble in different genres, not just FPS and things like that. So but at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with me to expect more out of the studios that they already have, man. If we sit up here and we talk about all the money they have and all the resources they have enough money and resources to do multiple things and studios.
And when it comes to games, we can't tell. We can't tell.
That's the bottom line.
This is what needs to happen.
They get more studios and do multiple things with the studios that they have. We don't know what could come up. You don't know what you can accomplish until you try it. So, in regards to Halo, I know they was created to continue the Halo. 343. I know they was made to continue the Halo franchise. I know Coalition was created to continue the Gears franchise once Microsoft brought that from Epic. But still, man, we don't know what they may be capable of outside of those franchises.
You say the same thing about Naughty Dog, because that's only 2 games that's on that. It
doesn't matter. I was just using them as an example.
And your example failed because that's the only 2 games
that do more than 1 games too. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with making. But it's nothing wrong with being curious of what they will be able to do outside of what they create.
Explain how he's wrong. Wait. I gotta hear this. We can close the show with this. Explain how he's wrong when you said with Naughty Dog. You said, "Hey, listen, listen. I am an Xbox guy here, okay? All right, and this is what baffles me at the end of the day. But I don't want to say I have so much pushback. At the end of the day, you take Naughty Dog, right? Listen, hear me out, K-Maker. In Maslin, you guys are the
I'm not even listening to you. You just talk to the crowd.
Okay, you don't have to.
Well, you don't listen to anybody anyway.
Yeah, listen. You have Naughty Dog. You have Naughty Dog.
That's the problem. If you don't listen, how you gonna learn?
He forces his opinion and don't listen to reason.
Okay, listen.
Hey, y'all ain't gonna be jumping on my boy like that, man. Come on, hey, y'all gotta put the gloves up. Y'all can't jump him.
Okay, listen. As I was saying,
y'all can't jump him. Ain't no jumping over. You can't jump the boy. I got his back for 50 grand, wrong or right.
As I'm saying is this, okay? As small as Naughty Dog is compared to 343 Studios, whether it's Turn 10 or whoever, right? They're able. Now, this is the thing here. It is subjective, and they fan base love it. They're able to, and you can't deny that The Last of Us was a bigger hit than the Uncharted. Fact. It is what it is. Huge for them, okay? So you can't tell me, and my friend, that I believe in Microsoft, that those talented guys over there at 343 Studios can't make another great goddamn game besides Halo.
I never said
that was the discussion. I'm not talking about the Halo universe. I said outside of the game.
There's no need for me to change that. I'm not a developer.
Huh?
I'm not an insider for the developer, for the people at 343. They're the ones that know what they want to do. They're the ones that want to, if the Koki
goes to work knowing what they and do what they want to do, okay?
Oh, come on now. Look. Look. Look.
Can I answer the question? He can't answer the question.
What do you mean I can't answer the question? What question?
Answer the question. Answer what he just asked you.
Oh man, you always say, man, fuck you.
Now you
want to get
emotional. Well, this guy's catching up.
We all cool.
See, set the debate up. I'm finna get K-Mega another L.
Go ahead. Give me a break.
That's all I said. Now listen. Now this thing. I just say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Now again, I never claimed to be an industry insider, okay? But I'm not going to.
You know you ain't.
Listen, I want to say this. I'm not going to sit there and lie. So I never talked to people at these studios. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I've never spoken to people at Rare and fucking Lionhead Studios. Personally. And that's a fucking fact, okay? It's not all fucking peaches and cream working for Microsoft.
Damn, you finna cry, dog?
Donnie Mantrick, okay? We have to stop that, okay?
Damn, that was your friend, son. They got fired.
So, a fucking fact, okay?
They got fired on Twitter.
Damn.
Motherfuckers didn't even know until they showed their Twitter account.
That motherfucker passionate right now.
Fucking Bungie, Microsoft, listen. Let's be clear of this, okay? And they're going to run into the same issue again, okay? You can't just say, you know what? Maybe it's because Microsoft is new to the video game industry. They are the newest, you know what I mean? And they are such a great business. It's called the gift and the fucking curse, okay? Microsoft said, we got Halo. We're just going to focus on Halo. We had all these other studios. Microsoft had a sporting studio. They had all other types of shit.
Let's create tennis games. You're right. Snowboard game. You're right
about that. But the thing
was doing all that shit.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm not.
And guess what happened? They had the sports games. What happened? EA took over the shit. EA took over the shit.
When EA gave them that deal,
they closed them.
They had to close them because that was a part of the deal. They couldn't. You competing with your competition.
They were selling more. Yeah, but they were selling more. They were selling more than that game.
How EA was going to come over to the Xbox?
No, okay.
How is EA going to come over to the Xbox?
Listen, this is the full deal. The EA. The problem with EA. No, it wasn't so much that. It wasn't so much that they wanted to go over because EA wanted to maintain their own servers, and Microsoft wanted to do. That's the reason why. That was the issue. It wasn't so much about the NFL people sold like crap. EA wanted to handle their own servers. That servers. That was the issue. It wasn't about the keyword and the NBA Inside Job. They all sold like crap. But Microsoft had a bunch of studios, okay? Even like the developers that made what do you call it, Crimson Scribe, that's all Microsoft stuff. What I'm saying is this.
Was dope. That amp was dope.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day,
them joints was
can't put again. Now this is listen. I'm not gonna say anyone's names. It's not that serious to me. Whether you choose to believe it or not, I don't care. I'm tired of trying to prove my point. I've been there and done that. Whether you choose to believe it again, you can't. These people are artists. At the end of the day, okay? They are. I understand that Forza makes money. I understand that Gears makes money. I understand. I never said they didn't make any money, but we're very foolish to sit here and say that Halo has the same impact this generation that it had last generation. You know what had a huge impact this generation was fucking Destiny, and that could have been an exclusive. Had you
no, it could. Why you keep on saying it could have been an exclusive?
Oh my god!
Bungie wanted to roll.
They wanted to roll because
they wanted to roll.
They wanted freedom to create.
They wanted to roll. Now they in a chokehold.
No.
They wanted to roll
freedom
after the fact.
No, they wanted the freedom to create something outside of Halo. Microsoft wouldn't let them do it. That's why they wanted the roll, bro.
And hold on, so they roll, so they roll. So why is 80% of them back?
This is what we're going to tell the true story of why Bungie left. Because this is all according to
Microsoft to Activision.
Listen, we're going to tell a real story of why Bungie left because this is all according to the people that left Bungie after they left Microsoft. They said the people at the top of Bungie wanted to be independent. They wanted to control the money that was coming in because Halo was making so much money for Microsoft, and Bungie, the people who created Halo, weren't seeing that same reciprocity with the money that they were making. Okay. So they went to Microsoft to propose a new deal, which is the one they now have with Activision, where Bungie basically owns everything, and Activision is the publishing partner and subsidiary. Bungie gets the majority of their own money as opposed to how it was before. A lot of the people, 2/3 of Bungie staff left Bungie and went to 3
man, preach.
You're not.
Amen.
Vaseline.
Amen to the game.
You
call him Vaseline?
Yeah, listen, Vaseline. You my man. Listen. I'm trying to listen, Vaseline. I want to say this one, okay? I'm not saying that you're wrong. And then it all comes down to money, right? But those leaked documents that came out in 2012 that was slipped to me when they had the investments meeting and they were talking about the Xbox One code name for Zilla and the glasses and what do you call it? With the Xbox on the wall. What was that thing? What do you call that thing? The hollow room and all that. Not hollow room. You know something with the shit all on the wall. Luma room and all that shit. Okay?
Luma room.
Yeah, when you look at those cliff notes, and them just got snatched off the internet quick, and I may go dumpster dive, I'll make up the thing, okay? If you look at the IP that it was talking about within those notes that got leaked was Destiny, okay? That they wanted to create, but Microsoft, you know what, we're gonna let you go, but we're gonna own, because Microsoft still owns a little bit of Destiny, still get a little kickback from Activision, from Bungie. There were several projects that they wanted to create that they wouldn't sign off on. At the end of the day, I understand it's about money, but they wanted to create certain things that they would not allow them to do. Okay, yes, some people stayed. You know why some people stayed? It wasn't because they want to make a certain game. Motherfuckers had family, health insurance, and shit like that. Let's be clear, this okay? And again, I'm not. I will say this: since I've been doing this, I've had the privilege to meet several people within this industry. It's not people stay because they make games. Motherfucker has bills, children, insurance.
I'm calling. Z, you acting like these motherfuckers making $40,000 a year. Get the hell out of here. These motherfuckers 6 figures and above. Come on.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Come on. They got stocks and bonds and all type of shit. That's why we saying y'all acting like if they get fired tomorrow, they can't leave. They can't.
Listen, no, 100. Let me tell you something, bro. This is the clear. If you don't get nothing else from the rest of your life, we're gonna close this show with this. Okay? I had more money in my pocket when I was making $7 an hour. You know why? Because my bills were not the fucking same. Okay? Just because the man is making $100,000 a year, you still will check the check because you have more bills and more responsibility. You don't
that's to the person. That's to the person. That is to the person.
Listen, I'll tell you
the way of life changes, the more money you have.
And the more responsible work for a certain studio.
My wife is a fucking principal. Makes over $100,000 a year. Not to put a business out there, okay? All right? She had more money in her pocket when she made far less because when you get a higher, your lifestyle expands, okay? We no longer live in North New Jersey, okay? I'm not
making they up in Seattle. Man, Seattle was dirt cheap. Right. My brother just moved up there. Come on. Real quick, you go get you a mansion for $100,000.
Just to counter 100 real quick. I used to when I was in college, I used to work for a certain studio. I'm not gonna name all my beats. I don't want nobody looking at all that shit up. But I used to work for a certain studio. They don't make nowhere near them 6 figures. Niggas at a certain status, they make them 6 figures. Most developers is around 50K.
Yes.
Well, they need to go find a new job.
100 grand, no matter where the hell you go. Most developers make around
numbers you don't know about.
Who the hell's gonna make games then if they don't get a different job?
Everybody is not Mark Rain. Okay, that's just a fact. You know, everybody's not me and Mito. Those are the hit figures. They make the money. Everybody have a regular job, have insurance, and so people stay that rare. They at P4 just know they stay because they have some security. You know what I mean? They didn't. You know what I mean? They couldn't afford to step out and live their dream. That's all that I'm saying. But on that note, if you guys were not entertained today, shout out to everybody.
Very entertaining. Hey, and again, if you didn't hear me post up again, I apologize for the saying fuck you. That was wrong.
Oh, no problem, man. This is fun, man. We gonna get you, man. At the end of the day, I still respect you, bro. I know you didn't mean nothing bad. You didn't mean nothing bad, bro. That's why I didn't even take it serious. We just in the heat of the debate, man.
But you know what I'm saying? As long as you're entertained, that is all that matters. I was wrong for saying that.
Yeah, I still got love for you, bro. No. I still respect you.
But the fact of it is, look, I you know what I'm saying, Z, the whole panel, look, man, this is the thing. I know that we are all in this, most of us is split, you know what I'm saying, it's maybe 4-3, whatever. The thing of it, well, I don't even know what PP Reaper think about it, but the thing of it is that, look,
I put it in the comment section, you can read it.
Okay. The developers are the ones that has the right to do whatever they want to. You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things. If they feel that they want to jump ship, they do. We see this all the time on all these companies. Look, but it also costs a lot of money to be trying to make all these new games. The case in point, Scalebound. Everybody was anticipating Scale. Well, not everybody, but I was definitely anticipating Scalebound. That was my #1 anticipated game for this year. And you know what probably would have happened? It probably wouldn't have sold well. And you're talking about a lot of fucking money that was brought to the table and a lot of people that probably would have had to shut down the studios. And we've seen Sony and everybody else shut down studios, and that means there's people out there on the streets. So why not be in a position to where you are in a comfortable environment, knowing that the game, regardless if it's not as top heavy as it used to be, but still generates a lot of money and still has a lot of buzz, stay in there. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, I mean, I can agree with that, but that stalls the industry in regards to pushing the industry forward in regards to new ideas, new concepts. If every studio was to think like that, man, people are content. We're getting the same content now.
Well, listen, thank you for coming out.
Post up.
God bless.
Post up. Guess why I enjoy